Hello and welcome to a very, very special unboxing. This is going to be my unboxing of the Nemesis Warbringer Titan from Forge World. This video will be the body unboxing and first look. The body will cost you £690. Overall, the whole model will cost you, with the weapons, £1,000. It's one of those very expensive models from Forge World. There's not many of them. The most expensive models account for 0.2% of the whole model range. So it's a one-off, it's very rare, and I want to say a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and in particular the Patreons that keep supporting the channel and contribute to me making content such as this. Very special unboxing today. So in here is the weapons, in here is some more weapons, and then in here is the box with the body. So a special unboxing, special knife. I'm using the Rubicon here. So in here, they've given me a Christmas card. Unfortunately, it's not signed or anything, or doesn't have a cheque for £1,000 in it. But there we go. And we've also got a gift guide, finally. I'll be doing a separate video on this gift guide, which is going to be awesome. I always like to do this, you know, every year around Christmas time, just to go through all the releases. So that's excellent. So if you're watching this video, this is kind of Christmas 2018. This comes in, whoa, what looks like two Titan boxes. That's great. That means that I now have about 12 or so. So just take these out, which is almost impossible without unboxing them. Right. Now what I'll do is I'll just change the camera angle and things so I've got it on the table, and then we'll go through each of these boxes individually. Okay, so this is the first of two boxes that you get in the set. It's one of these lovely Titan boxes. Big fan of them. I use them to store all my other miniatures once I've done building the big models. You get this Please Do Not Bend. This is the first time I've seen this. I think it'll just be the certificate you get. Oh, and the instruction manual. Oh, and also checked by, which is very important. I'm going to keep hold of this because you never know. Even with a £1,000 model, like there was with the Warlord, there was a couple of mistakes. So definitely keep my eye out on that. That was checked on the 6th of November. Further proof that Forge World at the Vigilus event could have had this at the event ready to sell, because this was checked over a month ago. Anyway, let's have a look. So this is what you get. Looks exactly like the kind of book you get with the Warlord Titan, Legio Titanicus, Warbringer Nemesis Titan Body Construction Guide. There we go. Look at all those parts. I think there's about 200 parts overall. Incredible. Looks like you build it similar to the Warlord. I'm not sure whether I will paint it individually this time. I think I might just affix it and then spray it all and paint it. I hand paint all my models anyway, and I do prefer holding the model and painting it rather than, you know, painting it while it's stood up. Holding one of these and trying to paint it is going to be very difficult if you choose to do it that way. And then you get the servitor and the officer as well. Don't have to put them on the deck, can put them on bases. I might put them on bases like I did with the Tech Priest for the Reaver. And then also available is the Mars Alpha pattern Warbringer Titan head, the Warbringer Nemesis Quake Cannon, and the Battle Titan Volcano Cannon. And that is the instruction guide. This is the certificate you get. So I've now got 5. This is my 5th Titan certificate, Warbringer Titan. So yeah, if you buy one of these sets, you get this lovely certificate. All those will be going back. And this is the meat of the unboxing. Lots and lots of bags of resin goodness. So we'll go through all of these. And here we go. So let's go through biggest things first. So this thing here will be the top deck. Looks lovely. Detail in there even. It's very slimy. My hands are going to be so slippery today because of this model. But yeah, lots of detail. I like these. The walkway. The walkway is just not a walkway. It's actually kind of imprinted in like a little clover type image, if you can see that. It's not square. It has got little circles, little curved edges, should I say. So that's the top of the Titan, where you're going to put the Quake cannon or vortex missile or whatever. This looks like the hip area. That'll sit on there. I think that's the hip area. So that's that. Excellent. Lots of bubble wrap in these kits. This bag has the hips, hip joints, and the feet. That's the foot, that's the bottom of the foot, and then obviously you're going to put the toes around it, and then these are the hips. Very, very sturdy. Not an awful lot of room in there to pin it if you wanted to pin the hips, but there you go. And then these things are, I think, for the shoulders where the weapons will come down, weapon arms. So that's what's in that bag. All of these will need to be washed, and when I mean washed, if you're new to any Forge World resin or resin kits in general, you need to soak these as per the instructions that you get with every resin kit in here. You need to soak them in warm water and brush them to get the releasing agent off, which is what they use to take these parts out of the molds, because they're not kind of mass printed like get all the Games Workshop plastic kits. Oh, lots of goodies in here. So you've got the void shields, void shield generators, which are exactly the same as the Warlord Titans. You've got some parts for the Ardex Mauler bolt cannons, which are here. So there's 3 of them. There's one on the rear and 2 on the front underneath the shields. And then you've got some pistons for the legs and the feet, I would assume, and then you've got some little armor plates as well, again for the toes, I think. So that's in that bag. Oh, you've got an armor plating in there as well, I think. 2 more bags left. This bag looks very delicious. Wow, what have we got in here? We've got these, which I think are pistons. So they are for the rear part of the Titan, for the void shield assembly. And this here is definitely the top of the hips. There's a bit of slippage there, but that can be rectified, and a bit of slippage there. That looks quite decent. Then these are the legs, ball joints there. Yep, that's come out very well. More rotor joints. Part of a shield for the knee, I think. These huge chunky things for the legs, which go into the hips, very thick. I think they are. So, and then these collar assemblies for the legs as well, that will hold all the pistons in place and just give it that much stability. And then the final bag in here, we've got all of the feet and some of the armor plates. So that's a big toe. Lovely bit of detail. I did think that the toes were quite small, not very wide, but there we go. That's one of the armor plates. I love the curved nature of the armor. That must be very difficult to do, how thin it is and then how curved it is as well. More part of the knee armor. Again, it's got such an angle on that. Very, very curved. I love all this super curved armor plating. Really helps with its armor, you know, to sort of disperse any shells or any laser damage, or you know. And then you've got this part, which I think is part of the rear as well. There are 2 of those, oh, thank God for that. And that's it for box 1. Let's have a look at box 2. So yeah, you get your 2 boxes. So right there was just flown by you, £345 worth of resin. This is another £345 worth of resin. So again, lots of bubble wrap. You get 1 bag. Oh, we get a clamshell pack with the servitor and the officer. You get another big bag for the power vents. Get this huge bag, bubble wrap bag, and then we get 2 more bags. So these are the, I say, larger items other than the clamshell. So let's go with these in these separate bags first of all. So in here we have this huge armour plate which goes on the top. This will be the one on your right or its left. So this is very slimy, but beautifully done. No slippage at all. Really happy how the way that that's come out. And then I'm hoping in this package we've got the opposite side. Yes, we do. Good. We have the opposite side. Again, can't see any slippage. It's come out very well. Can't wait to paint that eagle and the scroll. And then this big bag of pieces. So there's your hips right there, and the plug. There is some slippage there, but that's not too bad. There's a bit of slippage, not too bad. The main thing is there's no slippage on there, and there's some handles, and there's a little lift. So I think that they enter the Titan probably through there, or maybe there's something at the back. But I spoke to Will and he said he wanted to have this big plug on there because you can actually take the top carapace off and on as you please, whereas the Warlord, and I know because I've got a Warlord, you can't really do that with the Warlord because of the plug system. The top carapace is just too heavy. You need magnetisation and things. With this, you don't need a magnet. That top carapace weighs perfectly that you can just place it on there, no need for a magnet, which is great. I'm still going to magnetise mine. So that's the hip. You've got a nice big bit of armour there. Again with these sweeping curves. Fantastic. This looks like where the head goes. It's going to be a pain to get magnets in there and magnetise the head. But I think I might just magnetise that bit, and then the cabling will just fit in there. You don't really need to magnetise that. You just magnetise this bit, and it looks like there's a good decent size thickness there to put a strong magnet in for that head. And then this chunky rear door, I think it goes this way and not the other way. So this door, very similar to the Warlord Titan, doesn't have any buttons, so I don't know how they get in, because at least the Warlord Titan you have a open and close button. But anyway, a lovely bit of detailing on there. Fantastic. I love all the rivets as well. They've really gone to town on the rivets on this Warbringer. So there's some big chunky pieces, and then we have some more armour plates. I think the head cowl armour plate and the groin armour plate, and these, fantastic. That is beautiful. Really like that. Very well done. And a cog symbol, obviously, too. Really big fan of these particular plates too. And 2 more bags. So let's have a look at this bag first. And in here we've got the power exhaust vents for the power plant. The power plant sits lower than the Reaver Titan and much lower than the Warlord. The Warlord has its exhaust vents very high on its shoulders on the carapace, and this has it sort of waist area. That's why it's a bit more vulnerable to rear attacks. I think the armor's only 12 on the rear, but that's to make space for all the ammunition for the main gun at the top. Then you've got these lots of lovely heat sink detail in there. Really like the look of that. That's so precise. And with the pipes as well. Oh, fantastic. and then that's where you're going to put the void shields. It does have 6 void shields, unlike the Warlord, which says it's got 8, but it's only got 6. This one does actually have 6, which is incredible. I think the rules will be changed on the Warlord to give it 8 at some point. And then you've got like a hatch thing there, or not quite sure, maybe you can open that and have a look, do some maintenance. But yeah, really impressed with these stacks. And then another bag, this has all of the rest of the items, which includes some more of the toe armor pieces, which are lovely detailed, very thick. That's a thick piece of resin there, these pieces. You can see why it costs what it costs, because these are thick and high quality. And then this is one of the anti-air guns, beautifully detailed. I like the fact that they've managed to do it all in one piece. This is, I think, one of the rear venting systems. And the cannons themselves. Now these might be a bit bent. This one's a little bit wobbly, but there we go. Absolutely stunning pieces of anti-air weaponry. And then you've got these, which have definitely warped. Literally 10 seconds in a hairdryer, and they will be back to straight as possible. We've got some piping and some cables. Got this armor plate, I think goes on the front, or rail guard. You've got some more cannons. You've got the stabilizers, or the gyroscopes for the hips. Who knows what kind of technology goes into there to make these Titans walk about and fire such heavy weaponry. This is part of the shoulder assembly, believe it or not. This goes into another piece which then attaches to the weapon. This looks like the back of the Titan, just before the door. Another part of the shoulder assembly that goes on the top of it. And the rest are just replicas, where you've got a different type of cable in there as well. So that's in that bag. And then finally, one little box left is this little clamshell. And in here, we've got the officer himself. Just zoom in on him. Lovely miniature. You know, you'd pay £15–20 for a model like this. And then you've got the little tech priest. Very impressed with these sculpts. Lovely sculpts, lots of detail, no errors. And then you've got all of their, you've got their arms and their hands, and you've got the binoculars. I'd just buy it just to get these pair of binoculars. Awesome. And then little keyboard look, data input device, some kind of welding tool. This, which is like the walking stick or cane, I think, for the officer. And I think the cane was on there, and there's his hand as well. And then you've got these little pieces too, which are like the little telescopes, or periscopes, whatever you want to call them. I think they're telescopes, so you can see Titans from a long way away. And then you've got some more exhaust vents, and some parts for the Mauler bolt cannons, which are these assemblies for them all, and so on. And then you've got some cabling for some reason. So that is it. That is my full unboxing of the Nemesis Warbringer Titan. Sorry it feels a bit rushed, but I've got lots of other boxes to go through today as well, and try and get you all those videos. What do you guys think so far? I'll be releasing little pictures on my Instagram, which is super_Saiyan of this model, or like works in progress. Now and again I'll release a video, like a progress update, and of course I'll be making my review, but the review may take a long time. If you haven't already, I implore you to check out my in-depth review of the model, because I go through all the rules and things as well, and I wanted to do that quite early on, but that's on my channel somewhere, one of the recent videos. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.